I expect more of the same in this game. I expect him to look up mismatches. I expect them to try to get Chris Godwin, who really works the middle of the field well, on linebackers, and I expect Brady to take advantage of that because that's what he has done for the entirety of his, and this is almost ridiculous to say out loud, nearly quarter-century NFL career.
Yeah, let's hope that the Steelers don't match up Robert Spillane on Godwin. Like
what is that is that the old Keenan Allen plan where if you can just cover the other team's best receiver potentially, or in this case co-best receiver with a linebacker, you just can't pass up the chance to do it?
All right, let's go out to Rick in Westwood. How you doing, Rick?
Hi, guys. How are you?
Good. Thanks for calling, Rick.
All right. Your producer, I told her my name is Blind Rick because I am actually blind in the last year. So my question, I have a couple comments and a question. So since I can't see the game anymore, I'm wondering, or is there anybody running down in between the hash marks on offense? And secondarily, on defense, okay, so Cam's, with TJ out, Cam's getting doubled.
He's getting doubled, and nobody else is doing anything, man. And to answer the first part of your question, with Trubisky, I don't know. They were running guys down the middle, and he wasn't looking for them. Freiermuth would occasionally be going down the middle, but even now that Pickett's taken over, I think the big problem is so few of the routes seem to be designed to stress the middle of the field. So it's kind of a sin on the part of Matt Canada of omission in the game plan, and the rare times that there has been a guy running free on the hash marks like Rick is asking there, Richie. I think the other problem was the previous quarterback, the guy who started the season at the position, just wasn't looking there. And the one time he did, he stared somebody down and got picked off against New England.
Yeah, we've seen it a few times. I mean, I'm not looking at every play, but when you look at the all-22, you can see guys open in the middle like Chase Claypool a couple times and Pat Freiermuth obviously a couple times, and the quarterbacks didn't see him. And then when he does throw down the middle, it goes off the hands of a guy like Deontay Johnson. That happened a few times now. I mean, this is a guy that drops critical passes. And, hey, he's one of the hardest workers on the team. He's out on the practice fields. I know. I'm just
tired
telling
of that,
you.
Though. I'm tired of that because he started to kind of shoot from the hip here a little bit and talk about, hey, we're rebuilding, or say that Ryan Clark, whatever. Say whatever you want. Come and help us on the field. Or, hey, if you're a fan and you're being a little bit critical of us, maybe you should try playing. I hate that. It's the laziest, biggest cop-out answer when you're getting rightly criticized. I do not care how hard a guy works when he's getting paid $18 million. He got his contract. It's not the long-term deal maybe he wanted, but it's pretty good money. And he's still having the same affliction that has plagued him. Get open quick. That's great. Drop the pass.
Yeah, I was getting to that. I was basically saying, yeah.
Couldn't help myself.
I know, but I was basically saying what you said. I mean, he's the first one out there, the last one to leave. He catches hundreds of balls a day, is out there 3 hours before game time, working out in the field for hours, catching hundreds of balls. Hundreds of balls. And he still lets this happen. So I don't know if that's something that they'll ever get fixed with him. Let's go back out to the phone lines. We got Terry out in Gibsonia. How you doing, Terry?
Good. What are your thoughts on playing Jaylen Warren more often? I heard it from Tomlin this week.
I think they need to play him more, Terry.
Terry, I've got an idea for you, Terry.
I talked to him today. And he told me today the one thing, that he does is he hits the line. He's been taught that from when he was playing Little League football. You're not fast. You can't get to the outside. You hit the line and be decisive. And that's the one thing that he does.
Terry, try this one on for size and everybody else. I think Najee Harris is hurt. They don't list him on the injury report. Fine. You've got 3 games to your bye week. I don't think the player has ever recovered from this Liz Frank situation. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt there because he looks so bad that if he's not hurt, then his career is going to be over sooner rather than later. I would let Jaylen Warren be your starting running back for the next 3 games. I'd put him on IR, Harris that is. You get 3 games of Jaylen Warren. You have 1 bye week where it counts, so he can come back after that. And then presumably you get Najee Harris and TJ Watt as healthy as they're going to be back on November 13th. Why would that be a bad idea? Like people say, oh, you can't take Najee and put him on ice like that. what are you sacrificing? Seriously.
Well, you can't do it because, I mean, he's a first-round draft pick. I guess you can't do it because of these.
Wait.
Is what I'm thinking.
Why can't
and he's
you?
the captain of the team.
So
it's
what?
Basically saying you stink. I'm putting you on the bench for a little bit. I mean, what does that do to a
Do it under the
player's
guise
ego?
of an injury, because he is clearly playing through something, even if he is too much of a tough guy and like a grinder or whatever to admit it.
I'm at practice every day. He's not limping out there.
Well, then
He's taking all the
then
reps.
on it. Okay, I'm being serious here. Then,
Yeah.
if he is not limping at practice, and this is just what he looks like in the game, then he is trending right now towards massive bust status, because he does not look like. Not only does he not look like a first-round running back when he's out there, he doesn't even look like a guy that belongs in the NFL on some of these carries. His pass protection's been abysmal as well. He looks terrible in games, and I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to give him an out here, an exit ramp. You know, because, hey, maybe he's hurt. Maybe his foot is really bothering him. If you're telling me at practice he looks fully healthy, then what happens on Sundays is really, really troubling.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see anything, the last couple weeks where he's out there limping or taking anything off. So that makes me think that he's not hurt. But maybe he is. Let's go out to Tom and Shaler. How you doing, Tom?
Hey, guys.
Hey, how you doing? Thanks for calling.
Hey, great show.
Thanks.
We went from having a suspect offense to now we have no defense.
You don't have an offense either still. They are suspect on that side of the ball. So you have now you've got both. Oh, and by the way, Danny Smith's special teams are abysmal. A couple missed field goals for Boz, the James Pierre fumbleitis on the opening kickoff for the Steelers, at least in that Bills game.
Just bad luck. Steven Smith has something happened to his
Steven
eye.
Sims. Yeah, do you know what happened? I mean, he said after the game that he was warming up with Pickett. Pickett threw a ball. It went right through his hands, and the point of the football hit him in the eye. If that is not a metaphor for the entire Steelers season thus far, player whose job is to catch the ball gets hurt not being able to properly catch a ball, I don't know what could be better or more appropriate. But they are bad. They are lacking in all three phases. What's the old Chuck Noll statement? We have problems, or they have problems, and they are many.
Let's go out to Sean in Monroeville. How you doing, Sean?
Hey, how you doing? Hey, my question is, how is this possible? It's almost the sixth game of the season. No Steeler receiver has a touchdown catch.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty bad stat. I mean, it's just that they haven't been producing on offense. And, what frustrated me, Chris, not only the start of the game, that third down play, 98 yards, and then James Pierre-Paul fumbles, and then Kenny Pickett actually puts a good drive together, and then they stall. And then they have 3 possessions of 3 and out. It's like they went away from what they did and what they scripted that first drive.
I mean, I thought what was unforgivable on Canada's part, if you think Mike Tomlin, his influence over the offense extends to maybe just suggesting run or pass, or saying I want to run or I want this in this certain situation. I thought what was unforgivable is you hit Pickens for like 12 yards down to the 13, and then it just becomes the predictable Najee Harris show. I didn't like the way that they seemed like they stopped attacking right after they had the Bills actually on their heels. Take a shot in the end zone. You've got Freiermuth. You've got Pickens. You've got these guys. And then when the situation is begging for aggressiveness and innovation and trusting in the players that you have on the field and trusting the rookie quarterback, the Steelers go back into their shell and end up paying dearly for it, then put together 3 and outs in a row because I think they went hyper-conservative even more so. That's just no good.
Chris, answer this question in about 20 to 30 seconds. What do they do now? I mean, Tomlin says he's going to turn over every stone, but what do you got? You don't have anything.
I'd bench Harris, like I said, and I would open up the playbook more for Kenny Pickett. And if Canada's not willing to do that, then you got to find somebody that is.
You got to see changes this week. That is for sure. All right, we got to take a break. Back with some of your phone calls, some of your tweets maybe, and more Chris Mueller next. Stay right there.